first, we have some exclusive content to get to. It's been a little over a month since Coffee City dismantled its police force, and tonight the town met to discuss the future of its police department.
Our Jesus Martinez was at that meeting and shares what the community is considering. Jesus.
Hey, well, good evening, Madam Brennan. As you can imagine, there's a lot at stake here, like funding and how big the department is actually needed. But the bottom line is the community feels that having a police force is necessary to keep the town safe.
Call this meeting to order.
With the sound of a gavel, Coffee City took its first steps into rebuilding a new police force, but there's a lot to consider.
Trying to figure out what our future is going to be, if we're going to be having a new police department, and if so, how that police department's going to look.
Perhaps the biggest uncertainty of all this is if Coffee City can even afford to fund a new police department.
We're looking at least $250,000 to just basically have a bare bones, minimal police department with maybe 1 or 2 officers. We don't even have that as a total revenue.
Many spoke and had their own ideas on how to come up with the funding.
Is there an opportunity to increase the city's sales tax to fund that?
No, you're limited. You can't use it to fund your police department. So that's kind of out of the question on that, yeah.
You know, we could maybe hire an officer from another police force or something like that.
So I do support a police department, you know, that's focused on public safety, not revenue enhancement.
By the time the town hall ended, there seemed to be 2 options on how to fund a new police department. Either apply for grants or increasing property taxes to 25 cents for every $100 of valuation.
I don't think a property tax will get you there. That's just my opinion.
My concern is that we may not come up with a solution.
Trevor Bushell has been a Coffee City resident for years, and he thinks having a police force is vital to prevent crime from coming into their city.
The general activity, if you don't have a police force around, you know, crime will come your way.
I could tell people they feel like they need a police department because they just want to have that quicker response time.
Henderson County Sheriff Bodie Hillhouse was also in attendance, explaining how they're assisting with patrols. In the last 6 weeks, they've only responded to 38 calls in the city compared to the 40,000 calls dispatch has seen in about a month. Regardless, Sheriff Hillhouse says he'll support a police department if that's what the citizens want.
A lot of times we would lean on them when we got a call on this side of the county. Maybe they could respond and hold the scene until we could get there.
The general activity, if you don't have a police force around, you know, crime will come your way.
You know, that's the hardest part of all this, is finding the revenue to fund that police force. And the citizens want that police force to happen.
And Jesus, you know, we just heard from the residents. They seem like, and they expressed that they wanted a police department. You spoke to the mayor. What is the mayor saying he wants, or what is his thoughts?
So he's actually saying the complete opposite from the citizens. He's not in favor of police force. Obviously, 1, because of funding, and 2, he just doesn't see a need for it in a town that small, that is.
All righty, Jesus, thanks for that report. We'll continue to follow this story and bring you all the latest updates online at CBS19.tv.